Welcome back. We are still here in the NextGen Manufacturing Summit Africa, and in this session we are joined by Milan Kumar, an expert in automotive digitalization and advanced industrial technologies, and he's the Chief Information Officer. Thank you for joining us. So, digitalization is transforming the automotive and manufacturing sectors worldwide. From your perspective, what are the most critical challenges that companies face when implementing digital strategies?
I had a chance to work with many of the automotive companies like in the past, like Volkswagen, BMW, General Motors, WAPCO, ZF. So what I've seen over the time is that the key is definitely the evolution of different technologies, which happens over the time. Say, for example, in the past we have been talking about the servers, then we started talking about the cloud infrastructure, then we start moving the things into cloud, then we started talking about more the cyber security. So overall what I have seen is as the technology adoption grows, people are adopting within the company, but the major challenge what still remains is when we try to do the digitalization, we try to do digitalization in a very silo way. Say, for example, if somebody is having 50 factories globally, the common mistake people does is they start doing the digitalization at a plant level, which is the big trap, because if you have 40-50 plant, it will take another 10-15 years when you complete it. So this is definitely not the right solution. So the right solution could be that probably we make something like digital manufacturing platform, which is the platform for all your factories to be into, and think it more like a Apple app store.
Okay.
So, and then you put the solutions into that app store, and then you go and you roll it out at every plant. So in this way, the adoption will be much faster. Second key area what I have seen is overall change management. Because when we talk about the change management, because we implement all the solutions at a plant level, where that needs to be adopted mostly by the blue collars people on the shop floor. So they always have a lack of understanding, and they always take this thing as a threat, where they see that when you adopt the digital technologies, you're going to lose your job. So you need to ensure that they understand that these technologies are going to help or improve the productivity. It's not that they're going to take your job.
Yeah.
And then also we need to think about reskilling, because once you implement, there could be some solutions which need a reskilling, not the way that they have been doing it for ages.
So how can organizations overcome this resistance to change while ensuring a smooth adoption of new technologies?
So whenever we talk about the digitalization or digital roadmap in any of the company, what we need to ensure is the change management should happen at the top, and then the change management should also happen at a bottom level. And that's how you push it. You cannot just have a digitalization by getting the full support from the board or the peers like CHRO or Chief Operations Officer, but you need the support also from the down. And this is where before you implement any of the solution, it is always better that first you talk about the solution, make the people familiarize. Whenever we do the solution launch, try to involve them into the testing part. So this all will help to bring more confidence within the people, and then people can also see that by adopting this technology, say certain AI solutions or all, so this is helping them to improve their day-to-day activity. It's not that it is a threat. So that's how this is needed. Then probably what we have to again do is, since digitalization is a big topic in every company, it crosses across different functions, different divisions, different region. So we need to create something called digital champions. So these are the digital champions which comes from the business, and they are working or as a more catalyst between the IT and the business, and try to help them implement in a much better way.
Yeah, are there some specific areas where digitalization can provide the fastest return on investment?
Indeed. So that is another key topic, that the trap that I see is when we talk about the digitalization, people are always lost into fancy dashboards and all, which is not the case. They should really try to pick up the use cases where there are maximum benefit. So when you look around any of the factory, the key cost drivers in the factory are primarily the infrastructure cost, the energy cost, and then probably the people cost. So what we need to do is to ensure that when we talk about the infrastructure cost or the energy cost, so probably how we can adopt the sustainable solution like energy meters and all, that helps you to reduce your energy consumption by seeing the different kind of usage pattern. Then you can adopt the green energy, so that will also help to reduce the overall CO2 footprint and the carbon emission.
Yeah.
And then probably the other areas where I see is where the lots of benefits are coming from the predictive maintenance. Because if the predictive maintenance is done, then you avoid an unplanned failure of a machine.
Yeah.
And when you do it in a more planned way, then you can plan the resources, you can bring the maintenance guys on time, and then the uptime is much higher rather than it breaks up suddenly.
Okay, so speaking of future trends, looking ahead with the technological trends in digital world and smart manufacturing, do you think we will have the biggest impact on industrial competitiveness globally?
Yes, I think as now we are moving in most of the countries, and specifically also valid for, say, North Africa or even the Africa, there is a possibility that these countries can leapfrog. So what it means is now whenever there is in a West any new technology is there, the adoption curve is quite high. And then once they get familiar, then they adopt it. But now for the North Africa or Africa region, you already know the tested technologies which exist, and adopting those technology in a faster way, that could help you to reduce the CO2, that could help you to improve the productivity, that could help to improve the skill set of the people. And there also we need to be also careful about the cost of the solution. Because if you are not cost effective, a solution will not bring a return of investment. So adoption of open sources technology can be done in a much bigger way. But whatever we do, we need to ensure that the cyber security is not compromised.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you put the whole company into a big threat.
And how can emerging economies position themselves to benefit from these trends after the lag behind?
No, I think that's what. So what they can do is, since they are at a time where they were still waiting for in their companies that somebody will bring the solution from Europe or something. Now they are already at a certain stage where we can start the implementation considering the data that they have. The kind of, because they don't have a legacy of big system landscape.
Yeah.
They have certain landscape where you can scale up in a much faster way.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.